So, what is the Hindenburg disaster? The Hindenburg disaster is one of history's most infamous tragedies, a fiery spectacle that transformed human dreams of airship travel into a nightmare. It is a story of ambition, engineering marvels, propaganda, catastrophe, and the fragility of progress when technology collides with disaster. The basics. On May 6, 1937, the German passenger airship LZ-129 Hindenburg caught fire while attempting to land at the Naval Air Station in Lakehurst, New Jersey. Within just 34 seconds, the largest flying machine ever built, an engineering titan longer than the Titanic, was reduced to a flaming wreck. 36 people lost their lives, and the golden age of passenger airships ended almost instantly. The disaster has since become immortalized, not only because of its horror, but because it was captured on film and broadcast through the chilling eyewitness cry of Herbert Morrison. Oh, the humanity! How it worked, the events. The Hindenburg was a rigid airship designed and built by the Zeppelin Company, intended to be the pride of Nazi Germany's aviation program. At over 800 feet long, it was meant to symbolize progress, luxury, and national prestige. Inside were opulent dining halls, promenades, and cabins for 70 passengers, alongside a crew of nearly 60. Unlike earlier Zeppelins, the Hindenburg was designed for long-distance international travel. It could cross the Atlantic in under 3 days, faster than ocean liners of the time. Its first season in 1936 was seen as a triumph, transporting hundreds of wealthy passengers across continents in elegance and style. But there was one deadly compromise: the lifting gas. Helium was the safer choice, but the US held a monopoly on helium and refused to sell it to Germany under the Nazi regime. As a result, the Hindenburg used highly flammable hydrogen, a gamble that would prove fatal. On May 6, 1937, during its 63rd flight, the Hindenburg arrived at Lakehurst after crossing the Atlantic. Weather delays and electrical storms had already made the landing tricky. As the airship attempted to moor, disaster struck. Hydrogen inside the ship ignited. To this day, debate rages over what sparked it: a static discharge, sabotage, or a fuel leak. Whatever the cause, the result was the same. In less than a minute, the airship was consumed by flames. Passengers and crew leapt for their lives. Some survived, but many did not. The Hindenburg's fiery fall was unlike anything the world had seen before, and it was captured live on film and radio, making it one of the first global media spectacles of disaster. History/origins. To understand why the Hindenburg existed at all, we have to step back. The early 20th century was obsessed with flight. Before airplanes were reliable for long distances, airships offered a vision of luxurious sky travel. Germany had pioneered Zeppelins during World War I, using them for reconnaissance and even bombing raids over London. After the war, despite restrictions, Zeppelin technology remained a point of national pride. By the 1930s, the Zeppelin Company was revived under Nazi Germany, with massive state backing. Airships weren't just transport, they were flying propaganda, symbols of German engineering supremacy. The Hindenburg itself was named after Paul von Hindenburg, the president of Germany who had appointed Adolf Hitler as chancellor. Thus, the ship wasn't just about luxury, it carried political weight. Every flight was a display of technological dominance, but the reliance on hydrogen was its Achilles heel. Many experts at the time already knew the dangers, but political ambition outweighed caution. The Hindenburg flew anyway, a floating bomb disguised as a palace. Impact/legacy. The Hindenburg disaster instantly ended the age of passenger airships. Public confidence in hydrogen-filled Zeppelins evaporated overnight. airlines and airplanes, smaller, faster, and less prone to catastrophic explosions, quickly took over long-distance passenger transport. The disaster also revealed the power of mass media. Herbert Morrison's live radio broadcast, with his trembling voice breaking as he cried out in shock, became iconic. The dramatic footage of the airship collapsing in flames cemented the tragedy in collective memory. Today, the Hindenburg remains a cultural symbol. It represents hubris, the dangers of cutting corners in technology, and the moment when airships transitioned from dreams to relics. It is studied in aviation history, disaster analysis, and even pop culture, appearing in films, documentaries, and music as a metaphor for sudden failure. Random facts. The Hindenburg was originally designed to run on helium, but US restrictions forced the switch to hydrogen. Herbert Morrison's "Oh, the Humanity" wasn't broadcast live. It was recorded and aired the next day, but the impact was the same. Of the 97 people aboard, 62 actually survived, a surprising statistic given the scale of destruction. The ship's interior featured a piano made of aluminum to save weight. Despite its tragic end, the Hindenburg had already crossed the Atlantic 10 times successfully before its final voyage. Conclusion. So, what is the Hindenburg disaster? It was the fiery end of an era, the moment when human ambition soared too high, only to collapse in a matter of seconds. The Hindenburg was a marvel of its time, but it became a cautionary tale about the dangers of risk, propaganda, and misplaced trust in fragile technology. If you also like learning random things, subscribe. You have found your happy place. Ashes in the sky. The airship soared, a giant of flame, a dream of progress, a nation's claim. But sparks betrayed what pride designed, a fleeting glory, a fate unkind. In 30 seconds, hope turned to smoke, the mighty Zeppelin's promise broke. And from the sky a warning came, that hubris burns with a brighter flame.